Hi everybody, welcome back to Doragon. As you can see, I'm back. I have merchandise, baby. Oh yeah. So the One Piece Cosplay King Grand Prix is over. It's been over for around about a month now, and I'm just getting to pulling all of the video details together, putting together this vlog, and getting the details out to yourselves. What you've just seen is the trailer that was released by the World Cosplay Summit prior to the event taking place. And the plan is to go over everything today. We will go through the trip out there, we will go through the experiences I had with the other cosplayers whilst there, and we'll also go through my thoughts on the experience. Like I said in previous vlogs, this is the first time I've ever done anything like this. So, to experience it myself, to be flown to the other side of the world for my first ever cosplay competition, it's a phenomenal experience in and of itself, and we're going to go through what that meant to me and the experience itself. So thank you very much for tuning in. We're going to get straight into it for you. Any good cosplayer will be able to pack light. What you see here are the 3 bags that I actually took with me to Japan. The 2 boxes at the back there are actually the swords. So one houses Wado Ichimonji, because that was freshly painted. The other one houses Shusui and Sandai Kitetsu III. Everything I need for the week out there is in the main suitcase. So the Zoro cosplay, the hair colouring, the gels, the earrings, the boots, some civvy clothes as well, because we need to have civilian clothes. And the backpack is actually quite empty at that point. That is what I am using to go on the journey, to house everything I need to. So the gimbal is actually in there, the passport and ticket information and all that is in there as well, but otherwise it's fairly empty at this precise moment in time. So about to set off, this is what I'm leaving. Can't say I'm going to miss it for the next week. Following torrential rain, we had a really difficult journey to the airport. Nearly drowned the car at one point, but got there safe and sound, went to check in. There was 2 flights on this occasion. There was going to be one from Manchester to London Heathrow, and then there was going to be the one from London Heathrow to Tokyo Narita. Having watched a few travel videos before taking on my journey out to Japan, I realised I was going to need to get some actual yen, and this is that. They're cool notes, they're about the same as anything else, but the coins are better, so I'll show you some of those later in the video. This is where the first day started to take a bit of an interesting turn. We were all advised to line up ready to board the plane for our 11 AM flight, and then some interesting news came over the intercom. So, little update for you. I was meant to be on a plane right about now, halfway over to Heathrow, to then catch my connecting flight to Tokyo. But it's been delayed, it's been sent off to Liverpool instead, so it's coming here about 1 o'clock-ish, they reckon. So it's taken off from Liverpool to here, then from here to Heathrow, so we're going to be cutting it close. So you might get a really shaky video later of me running through an airport trying to make a 2:20 flight. It's going to be really close, we'll see how it goes. They will organise all the flights if I miss it, but right now, this is going to be fun. So this is going to be documented. See you when the flight lands. So what else do you do when your flight is delayed? You hit duty free and you look at all the nice whiskies. Plenty of them going on here. This next picture, Penderyn, one of my favourites, definitely. But you don't just look at them, you look at everything. And enter the Matrix, of course. We did eventually get a flight. Our plane came into Manchester, so we boarded. We then waited a very long time for a takeoff slot on the runway. Eventually though, we were airborne and on our way to Heathrow. So I've just snuck off for a moment. We are now airborne, which is great, but we are 3 hours behind schedule. We've already missed the Tokyo flight. So when we get to Heathrow, we're going to have to rebook. Hope you can hear this over the engine noise, but we shall see. Talk to you again when we land at the other end. The flight down to Heathrow was a smooth affair once we'd actually taken off. We were only delayed by about 3 minutes waiting for a parking spot to come in, so we landed and jumped immediately on a bus, which is what this picture is, and that then took us across to Terminal 2. Okay, so we are currently walking through Heathrow Terminal 2, missed the original flight, so we're now booked on for one at 7 PM. First time I've ever missed a flight, so this is going to be a new experience. In the meantime, I've got to go through security once more, which is where I've just rocked up to, so I'll have to take everything out of the bag once more. But otherwise, it's all going well so far. Catch up with you guys again on the other side of security, but hopefully we still end up in Tokyo on the right day. So, finally made it. We're here. We're in London Heathrow, we're in Terminal 2, we're ready to fly, booked onto the new airline. And there's a wonderful plane behind me. It's been tough, not gonna lie, but we're moving on.
I had a couple of hours to kill once we'd landed in Heathrow, so went and got a couple of angles of this beautiful Spitfire as nice pictures. Was also going to go and have a look at some of the shops, but thankfully BA give you a food voucher if your flight is delayed. So I looked around, got myself a lovely chili in one of the restaurants, and had a wonderful evening meal.
Hey guys, just checking in. As you can see, we now have a plane. This is it. It's from ANA Airlines this time. This is the terminal that we're going to be taking off from. Not long now. They've already started boarding first class and business class. So as for me, I'll be boarding shortly. Just turn you around. Here we go. It's been a long day so far. Still got a 14-hour flight ahead of me yet, but well, it's a lot better than I anticipated it would be. We're still landing on the same day. You're going to be getting in about 5 PM Tokyo time, if my maths is correct. So, tired as is, which is great because it means I can sleep a bit on the flight, which should mean I'm feeling a little bit more awake when we get into Tokyo. It's a bit later than I wanted it to be. I was initially arriving at 11 AM rather than 5 PM. But you do what you have to. And this has been necessitated by the weather today, by the god-awful conditions. So we'll see how it goes. All being well, it's going to be a much smoother ride once we're actually there, and much smoother on the way back. It's been an experience though, and wouldn't change it for the world just yet. Hey guys, finally in the air. It's amazing. I'm in business, not business, premium economy, leg room for days. Some of the greatest movies on the planet, like really new releases. Really loud engine noise, hope you can hear me. Gonna be landing about 2 PM Tokyo time rather than 5, so my maths was way off. But it's all going well, really excited, and I will catch up with you further through the flight and when we land on the other side.
Between
we've made it. We're in Tokyo. Just heading through to arrivals now. It's passport check, bag collection, then getting picked up. We're here, guys. It's been a long journey, but we've made it. Hey everyone! Made it. So that's been a very, very long 26 hours. Finally made it to Tokyo, checked in. As you can see, still in the same clothing at the moment, so about to go have a shower and then maybe go explore the city a little bit. It's all gone fairly swimmingly, considering what happened with the flight and everything. So it's good to be here. Met a couple of the guys from the World Cosplay Summit committee. They've outlined what we're doing next. So I've got a manual / itinerary, and this is the room I've got for the first night. It's pretty simple, it's what you'd expect. So as you can see, as we go round, nothing major going on, but does everything you need it to. So it's exactly as you would expect it to be. Can't argue with anything that's happened so far. Everybody's been really helpful. Happy to be here. Now I need to get myself sorted, get some sleep, because I've had 2 hours so far on the flight. So if I'm rambling, that's why. But hopefully I'll take you out with me around the city and we can see some more together. That was the first day. It was very intense overall. We went out for a meal after that one. So I got the shower done, went out with everybody that you saw in those photos, and we got to know one another a little bit better. So my end day ended up around the 32 hour mark. I can't quite recall which it actually ended up being. But once we were done, head back to the hotel, get some sleep because it was an early start in the morning. 7 AM, we were heading off to Toei Animation Studios to get our costumes judged and have a tour, meet the guys who actually work on the One Piece animation. The following morning was a nice early wake-up call to this view, and then head down to breakfast. Whilst down there, had another chat with a couple of the guys. We all exchanged gifts that we'd all brought for one another. And then it was a case of get into costume and prep ourselves for the trip to Toei Animation Studios. Once prepped, we met downstairs in the lobby, got a couple of group shots such as these ones that you're seeing now, and then we boarded the bus ready to head off to the studio. On the bus, we were given our numbers as to appear in the Grand Prix. I was number 12 for the following evening, and we were then briefed on how the judgment would work, what we should say and do when we were in front of the judges at the studio. The studio itself didn't allow any photography or video, so everything that you're seeing here is from when we were down in the museum, which is open to the public. It was a wonderful experience. It was nerve-wracking. Having not made my costume myself, having commissioned it from a friend, and
not having done this sort of contest before, it was very difficult to explain to them the positives of what I brought to it. I focused mainly on the swords, which are the big defining factor of Zoro, and on the leather strap that I had built to house them and hold them when on your waist. Something unique that had never been done, or at least I had never seen on any other Zoro cosplayers. Most of them just took the swords in the sash that they wrap around the waist. The museum was open to the public this day, so when they had a bunch of One Piece characters appearing, especially the likes of Kid and Zoro, there was a huge amount of excitement amongst the children and the parents, and they came for pictures, they spoke to us. It was a lovely, engaging, wonderful experience, and I want to thank Toei Animation massively for hosting the One Piece Cosplay King Grand Prix on this day. Alongside the costume judgment, we also had interviews and photographs whilst at the studio, and then it was lunch before heading off to get 3D scans of the costumes and ourselves. It took 2 attempts to get to the correct studio for the 3D scans, but once there, these lovely crystals were laid out as trophies for the event, and this was the big machine that we were going in to get scanned. So we're currently waiting to get one of these done. Every member of the finals is going to get one done, nice 3D scan, and the winner should get one of these made up into themselves as a model. So just waiting whilst things are going on, everybody else is in, and then I'll be getting mine done too. This was it. Oasis 21, the stage for the One Piece Cosplay King Grand Prix, with floral parasaurolophuses. Here we were running through what was going to happen on the actual night, where we needed to stand, what we needed to say, do, a full rehearsal setup of what was going to happen come the following evening. This wall was amazing. It is the overall logo for the One Piece Cosplay King Grand Prix, made up from the pictures and submissions of all 4,500 entrants. No, I was not able to find myself, but it was wonderful looking through everybody who had submitted costumes and pictures to be part of this event.
Love with you.
is it, guys. This is the copy of Weekly Jump that I'm actually in. So we're just going to open it up. It's obviously raw, so this is direct from Japanese publishers. Got your popularity contest for Black Clover. Of course, Asta came out on top. Load of information, One Piece Stampede. And there we are. Page number 8. There I am! Absolutely phenomenal. International print. International costume contest. It's just something so special. And that was day 2. As you can see, we're now well over the 20-minute mark, so we're actually going to cut there and do a second episode for the rest of it, the actual contest and everything. But up to this point, I really thought that everything had been well organised for the most part. Yes, the second day had been incredibly busy, incredibly packed in terms of what we were expected to do. It was on the go from, as I said earlier, around 7 AM. But everything ran smoothly. The guys at Toei Animation made sure that everybody was in and out, interviewed, judged, and then sent down to the museum. And we made it to the bullet train on time. That thing is phenomenal. You're never going to miss where you're aiming for if you're on one of those. The rehearsal was nice and swift, and overall we had a stunning experience. Everybody went out that night. Some of us went to karaoke, some just went for food. We got to know each other even better than we had the night before, and it set us up beautifully for the following day, which we will show you in the next one. Thank you very much for tuning in today. Until next time, take care.